We're told in the spiritual community, in order to experience a nice life and manifest our desires, we need to have a high vibration. But is this really true? Is it only a partial truth? What the hell does that mean? And is there a link between your vibration and your ultimate liberation? When it comes to the concept of vibration in the spiritual community, there are a few things that we may have gotten wrong. But rather than making definitive statements, allow me to approach these ideas with some humility and pose them as questions. Is it really true that our vibration level is the ultimate measure of what we attract in life? And can we use our vibration as a test for anything really in the material world, considering that suffering, death, and sickness are all inevitable parts of life? As we explore these questions and challenge some of the popular beliefs surrounding vibration, let's approach this topic with an open mind and a willingness to learn and grow. Hi, I'm Jamie and I run the Yogic tradition, which is a school for higher experiential learning and spiritual development. We've helped hundreds of aspirants over the years find clarity in themselves by giving them the proven tools and the structure to create a deep feeling connection with life and abide in a deep sense of fulfillment. And if you want to see exactly how we do that and how you can do it too, you can access our free training series down below. See, many people believe that having a high vibration is the key to attracting all of your desires. It's not everybody in this community, but there is a subsect of it, and I've also been guilty of this. Some believe that by raising their vibration they can manifest their best life and attract only positive experiences. However, this notion can be dangerous and misleading. I'm not doubting it's a partial truth, but it's just not the full story. For one, putting our vibration as the test of anything in the material world can lead to some dangerous belief systems. The truth is that we are all destined physically to get sick and die, regardless of our vibration level. So perhaps vibration is not about what you attract physically. When death comes, will you say you had a low vibration and attracted it? Or when a bad experience happens, but actually it was the best thing that ever happened to you, where do you hang your hat? Was it a low vibration or a high vibration that caused that best but worst experience? See, it doesn't really add up. To dive deeper into this, let's look at a man far greater than I, Jesus. Now, I'm not Christian, but it's just a good example, because he arguably had a pretty high vibration. Enlightened, we would say, huh? Well, he experienced a seriously gruesome death. And with the current idea of what vibration means in the spiritual community on YouTube, are we supposed to believe that this was because of his high vibration that he attracted this death? Or is it perhaps that he had such a high vibration, and because of that he had the ability to surrender to that fate and sacrifice his life because of his deep connection to the larger infinite intelligence? So, if attraction maybe isn't based upon vibration, then what on earth is vibration all about? Is it perhaps that a high vibration is actually the thing that allows you freedom in the conditions that you say you don't necessarily prefer? If vibration is linked to any material gains in the outside world, and the reason why we're doing our practices and increasing our vibration is to gain those things in the external world, then aren't we just breeding more conditional happiness and attachment rather than unconditional freedom? Especially if our pursuit for the higher vibration is for materialistic gains. Furthermore, the idea that having a high vibration is necessary for success and happiness can also create a sense of spiritual elitism, where those who are struggling or experiencing difficult circumstances are maybe seen by the ego as being spiritually inferior. And this has a dangerous and harmful belief behind it that goes against the very essence of spirituality. Because you can judge somebody based upon their manifestations to see if they're spiritual, and it's like, what? It's not about that. Spirituality is about unity. It would take an incredibly high vibration, in my view, to withstand a pretty intense karmic journey, wouldn't it? So when things are continually frustrating and going wrong. And it's those people that typically end up enlightened, which, if we're talking about vibration, that's got to be it, right? So instead, let's maybe suppose that the divine is the highest vibration. I mean, it's got to be, right? If there's one thing we're all wanting to connect to, it's the divine or infinite or God or creative force, or whatever words you want to use. But then surely we want to open up the divine in ourselves, don't we? And to do that, we've got to strip away the layers of ourself that are holding us separate to that. And that journey leads you to painful experiences, no doubt about that. But your ability to respond to those things in a way that keeps you in alignment with the divine force is surely the only test or measure of one's vibration. See, when we do that, we attract what we need. And what you need is really what you want. It just depends on where you're talking from. Egoic desires, they can be manifested for sure, we've seen it in our lives, but also they sometimes get frustrated, and that tends to happen so that you can find solace in the divine or infinite, because that feels better than getting any egoic desire anyway in our life, doesn't it? That's what freedom's really about. But if we're in alignment with the divine, we attract exactly what we need, exactly when we need it. In a way, you do get everything you want from the perspective of what you want is what you need. So it's important to challenge the notion that our vibration level is the ultimate measure of attraction or desires or anything really in this finite world. Because if we're getting our vibration high as hell to attract material possessions, then really that's just like trying to get a camel through the eye of the needle. Your vibration is just how closely are you connected and surrendered into the divine creative force of life? Perhaps we can come to the realization that having a high vibration is not about material possessions or external experiences. It may happen, I'm not doubting that, but it's not really about that. Rather, it's about surrendering to what is and letting go of our attachment to outcomes. It's about being present and living in alignment with our true selves. And in time, offering ourselves up as an instrument for the divine, for service. And that fills you with purpose and meaning beyond any manifestational capacity anyway. It can also fill you with that boundless joy that we're all blooming seeking, that we think we're going to get from external manifestations, but it only comes temporarily. You could have everything in this material world and still be totally miserable and bound, and you see it all around you, don't you? So as we let go of our attachment to external factors and surrender to what really is, we begin to experience a deeper sense of freedom and peace. We're no longer controlled by our ego, isn't it, or external circumstances, but rather we live in alignment with our true selves. We become who we're meant to be, our true identity, the divine, the divinity within. Surely, if anything, that has to be the test for one's vibration. How connected are you to that? And how much can you, wrong words, stay there? Because even to say stay there implies that there's a separate one that needs to get into divinity and stay there. But that would be talking from the egoic perspective. So it's not fundamentally true. See, language is so limiting. So, is freedom and vibration linked? Yes. But in the current definition of vibration bounded about on YouTube, are freedom and vibration linked? Well, yes, but it's conditional, limited freedom based upon circumstances, which will breed more attachment, which is not really freedom at all. It's bondage. So the idea that vibration seems to be a tool to get what you want, well, I find that to be partially lacking. Because surely in any spiritual endeavour, setting oneself free from the limitations of physicality whilst living in it has to be and is surely the only goal. So we have to go from wanting the conditions to set me free to being able to set myself free from within the conditions. That's true freedom and the real test of anyone's vibration. And that's what we're here for. And if you're yearning for freedom, you can sign up for our app, Undercover Yogi. It's down below. It's a free community for like-minded souls, a Sangha with free live weekly Q&A live streams, and also there's some free sadhana there to give you a bit of a starter kit on this journey. So what beliefs are you holding on to about vibration? Are they setting you free? Or are they taking you deeper into attachment, ignorance, and bondage? Well, attachments and beliefs are mental, and beliefs can trap you in a thinking awakening. So if you want to know about the reality beyond the mind and not getting trapped in a thinking awakening, then we've made a video about this right here. So feel free to give that a click.